Hi guys, Scott Woodward with you. We're going to cover the games on Saturday, Sunday and Monday, round 25, second last round, and very important game first up on Saturday, Bulldogs versus the Knights. The Bulldogs are in basically a sudden death game to get into the top 8, and the Knights need to win this game to ensure that they can finish in 8th position. So a lot rides on this game. And look, all favours go to the Bulldogs here. They get the Knights at a good time. The Knights are backing up from a very hard Monday night game where they incurred a lot of injuries. And providing the Bulldogs halfback Trent Hodkinson is okay, I think the Bulldogs will be just too fit and too strong here in this game. They've just got so much in their favour, particularly if Jared Mullen doesn't come up. He had a shocker on Monday. I can only imagine that he played injured. He's a much better player than that. Kurt Gidley, also very reliable. He had probably his worst game of the year. When you have the two most experienced players of your team having a shockers, you're not going to go very well, and that was what happened with Newcastle. I have a concern over the left side of the Knights' defence. James McManus, Keith Lulia, and also Jared Mullen defends on that side, and obviously that's a side that Idris will be coming down, and that will be a nightmare for them every time he gets the ball. So I can only see a Bulldogs win here. Look, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for them. They obviously have to win again next week, and a few things have to go in their favour. But they're certainly not going to go very far if they don't win this game. As I said, there's a doubt on Mullen. Matt Hilda has not been named, but he's still a chance to play despite that big gash in his head. But the big thing that we need to make sure, if you're going to be on the Bulldogs, is to make sure that Hodkinson plays. If he does play, I think the Bulldogs will be too good in that game. Other game we have Cowboys versus the Sharks, and clearly this should be a big win here for the Cowboys, and it needs to be a big win by a big margin if they want to give themselves any hope to finish into the top 4. As far as the Knights are concerned, they dropped Nathan Gardner, Nathan Stapleton, Ben Pomeroy and Chad Townsend this week and replaced them by Isaac Gordon, Dean Collis, Stuart Mills and Albert Kelly coming to the side. All those guys are capable players, but it's not their best side. They know they can't make the 8 and they're just experimenting to try and get their list right for next year. We've got no idea why they're continuing to play Paul Gallen. He keeps playing injured. It's not doing his body any good at all. Surely he deserves the rest. This should be an easy win for the Cowboys. We won't be doing much in that game. Raiders versus the Panthers. This is played on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. in Canberra Stadium, and it will be freezing cold. The interesting thing here is it's a big emotional game. It's the farewell for the much-loved Raiders captain, Alan Tongue. It's his final game at Canberra Stadium, and you'd think that the players will be absolutely revved up to send him out on a winning note here. Conversely, the Parramatta captain, Petro Civoniceva, has called for the Penrith board to be sacked. Now, I'm not quite sure why the Penrith board are even allowing him to play after writing that, but given that he does play, you can't imagine that Petro will have his heart in this game. He's playing away from home. They can't make the 8. He's just bagged the board, and it's probably going to be minus 0 degrees. So not a lot going for the Panthers in this game. Lachlan Coote makes a comeback. Wonderful player. We've got some terrific fullbacks in the competition at the moment, and he's one of them. What a wonderful future he's got. That certainly boosts the chances of the Panthers as far as I'm concerned. But I just think from a sentimental point of view, from a psychological point of view, the Raiders have got absolutely everything in their favour. They will be going into the game with injury doubts over Mick Potter. Alan Tongue also has an injured shoulder, but he definitely will play. Danny Galea has an injured eye, and while he hasn't been selected, I'm still haven't been convinced that Josh Dugan will not turn up and play in this game. I think he's an outside chance, and if he does play, I think the Raiders will be winning very easily in this game. Let's go to WIN Stadium now, and one of the most interesting games of the weekend, the Dragons versus the Warriors. Look, I think we'll see the real Dragons. They've been going awful. No, look, they haven't been going awful. They've just been going as good as what they can be going. But they're certainly going better than what most teams are. They only have to repeat what they did last week against the Melbourne Storm in Melbourne, and I think they'll be winning this game. I think they'll be too solid down at WIN for the Warriors. The Warriors, for some unknown reason, never go well down there. They've never won there ever. And basically, they don't have a good record against the Dragons. The Dragons have got two of their big guns back into the side. And the Warriors have lost one of their big guns, and he's replaced by Christian Inu, who has a lot of problems in defence. So yeah, look, 7 games that win for 7 wins against the Warriors. I can only be on them to do it again. But the Warriors really do need to win this game if they want to entertain any chance of finishing in the top 4 and getting a home semi-final in New Zealand. They need to win this game beyond any doubt. Otherwise, they'll be playing all their games away. Well, ideally, they should be playing them all away from New Zealand, which would be very, very hard for them. If the Dragons lose this game, they will go to 7th. And if they get beat week 1, they're eliminated straight away. So it's a very important game for both teams. Big query for the Warriors that Michael Luck has got an injured shoulder. I think he will probably play, but he's not in good shape. And while he's not a world-beater player, he's very important to them because he's the intelligence in that forward pack. He's the talker, and he keeps them together, and he keeps them concentrating. And if you look at when he's not playing, the Warriors don't go very well. So he's a very important part of that Warrior glue, definitely needing to play. Probably the biggest game of the weekend, as far as the viewers are concerned, will be the Broncos versus the Rabbitohs, being played at Suncorp Stadium on Sunday. What a great game this will be. It'll be the TV game, and a lot rests on this game. Brisbane have played 9 times at Suncorp Stadium against South Sydney, and they've won 7 of them. It's a pretty good record, and it'll probably hold up in this game. As far as South Sydney are concerned, we need to make sure that Roy Asatasi, their former captain and one of their best go forwards, is selected for this game. He's certainly a very good chance. Because they've got till Sunday, that will enhance his chances. Nathan Merritt also needs to be checked on Friday. And if both Nathan Merritt is playing and Roy Asatasi is playing, obviously South Sydney's chances will be boosted enormously. But look, we've Bentia coming into the centres there, and he'll mark the 2 big men on the left side attack for the Rabbitohs. Obviously Greg Inglis and where are we? Dave Taylor will be the 2 guys. He won't be marking both of them, but he'll be a part of that defence there that'll try and look after those guys. And while it's good from a defensive point of view, it just does take another way that the Broncos can score a try. Obviously, losing Hodges is a big part of their right side attack. And Broncos are a team that do have problems sometimes scoring tries. They're more of a well-drilled side rather than a high-scoring side. And South Sydney don't have any trouble scoring tries, but they certainly have got deplorable defence. And I think making the errors, not being able to defend well on their line, it will show up eventually for the Broncos. And they will want to win this game and maintain their momentum into the semi-finals. For me, it's a Bronco win, but it's been very entertaining to watch South Sydney go the last few weeks. I think it'll end this week, unfortunately, for the Rabbitohs supporters. Monday night, West Tigers versus Titans. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this game. This should be an easy win for West Tigers, but it's a monumental start here for the Titans. And let me say, their forward pack is quite tidy. It's not a bad forward pack, and if you're going to get 4-5 converted tries start, I could probably entertain that and be on the roughies in this game. It's the final game at Campbelltown Sports for Patton, Gibbs and Molson, so you think that they'll make that extra special effort. But the Tigers are in a purple patch at the moment, and they really do need these 2 points to make the Final 4. And 2 internationals, Lottie Takiri and Gareth Ellis, return to the fold, and it makes them much more formidable than what they've even been in the last few weeks, where I think they've won their last 6 games. No sign yet of Chris Lawrence or Andrew Fafita. They haven't been selected. They're still being kept out of the side. Robert Louis suffered a cork thigh. We're expecting him to play. If he doesn't play, I think they're well covered. I don't think it'll be a problem. I would expect probably Tim Molson will come in and play halfback, and on the bench, Mitch Brown will probably drop back to fullback, is what I think would probably happen. Or Mitch Brown could go to the wing, Ryan could go to the fullback. So they're well catered for the Tigers. They should be winning easy. Not sure if they'll cover the start that's on offer with the bookies. So there it is for me. Great weekend. I hope you have a winning weekend, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Cheers.